Most people go through life thinking they need to impress others with money, looks, or charm. But what if I told you that the real key to connection lies in understanding hidden psychological triggers, vulnerabilities that people themselves may not even realize? Individuals, just like everyone else, have subconscious desires, vulnerabilities, and emotional responses they can't always control. The problem: most have no idea how to recognize or navigate these dynamics to build healthier connections. Today we're exploring 10 hidden psychological patterns, the subtle triggers that, once understood, will change the way you interact with others forever. Let's get started. 1. The power of emotional certainty. People are emotional creatures, but that doesn't mean they're out of control. It just means emotions guide much of their decision-making, especially in relationships. One of their greatest hidden vulnerabilities is a deep need for emotional safety and predictability. A person wants to feel emotionally secure with a partner. They don't just want passion or excitement, they crave stability, the feeling that they won't be abandoned when things get tough. This is why people are subconsciously drawn to those who remain emotionally grounded, individuals who exude calmness even in chaotic situations. Someone who is overly reactive, moody, or emotionally dependent will quickly create distance. Why? Because it signals instability. People want to feel safe, and that safety comes from your ability to regulate your emotions no matter what happens. Think of it like this: if someone feels like they have to emotionally stabilize you, the roles have reversed. You've become the fragile one, and they've been forced into a caretaker role. That dynamic erodes connection fast. Instead, embody steady confidence. This means when others get upset, you remain calm. When things don't go your way, you don't complain or panic. When challenges arise, you handle them with quiet assurance. The person who provides emotional certainty becomes a safe haven, something others will always be drawn to, often without realizing why. 2. Individuals are drawn to what they can't fully have. There's an undeniable truth about human nature: we value what is scarce. This is why diamonds, luxury cars, and limited edition items are so desirable, because they aren't easily obtained. People operate on this exact same principle when it comes to attraction. A hidden vulnerability: they are drawn to those they can't completely possess. Individuals who are too available, too eager, or too obvious in their interest lose perceived value. They may appreciate the attention, but they won't feel inspired to pursue it. On the other hand, those who create a sense of healthy distance and mystery trigger something deep within, a desire to close that gap. This is why people often become more interested in those who seem centered and self-contained. It's not because they like to be ignored, it's because the subconscious mind assigns higher value to something that isn't guaranteed. So how do you navigate this? Don't always be available. Let others wonder when they'll see you next. Maintain your independence. Have a life that doesn't revolve entirely around another person. Reveal yourself gradually. Don't give away everything at once, let others discover you over time. The moment someone feels they have fully won you over without effort, their interest can stagnate. Maintain a sense of your own wholeness, and others will stay engaged. 3. The unspoken influence of vocal tone and presence. One of the most underrated psychological triggers for connection is a calm, controlled voice and a grounded presence. Studies have shown that individuals with deeper, steadier vocal tones are often perceived as more confident, reliable, and composed. This isn't just a random preference, it's rooted in social perception. A steady voice subconsciously signals calmness and self-assurance, qualities that people find reassuring. But it's not just about your voice, it's about your entire presence. People are responsive to those who know how to occupy space with assurance without being domineering. Presence is something you radiate before you even speak. It's how you hold yourself, how you move, how you react to the world around you. A person with strong presence moves with purpose, rarely fidgeting or rushing. Maintains comfortable eye contact. Speaks slowly and deliberately, as if their words have thought behind them. On the other hand, an uncertain presence is marked by slouched posture, nervous gestures, and a hesitant voice. These small details can signal low confidence, even if the person doesn't realize it. If you want to connect with others more effectively, master your presence first. The more grounded your energy, the more others will feel at ease around you. 4. People respect those who maintain self-respect. Want to trigger a deep sense of respect? Demonstrate that you respect yourself enough to walk away from poor treatment. One of the greatest hidden vulnerabilities people have is their emotional response to perceived loss of something valuable. It's simple psychology. People often value what they are afraid of losing. Most do the exact opposite when they sense someone pulling away. They start chasing, over-explaining, trying to fix things. But this only proves one thing: that they need that validation more than the other person needs theirs. The second someone senses that desperation, connection diminishes. A person who can walk away without malice when disrespected communicates ultimate self-worth. They're saying, without words, I am not desperate for you. I have boundaries. My self-respect is not dependent on your validation. And that mindset commands respect. If someone knows that you're willing to leave if they disrespect you, play games, or pull away without cause, they will naturally value your presence more. It's not about manipulation, it's about self-respect. The rule is simple: be willing to walk away from toxicity, and you'll never have to chase after respect. 5. A person with purpose is magnetic. An individual's biggest attraction isn't necessarily another's looks, wealth, or even charm, it's their sense of purpose. People are instinctively drawn to those who are driven by something greater than themselves. A person who has a clear mission, whether it's building a business, mastering a craft, contributing to a community, or pursuing personal growth, automatically becomes more compelling. Why? Because purpose creates focus, discipline, and independence, qualities that people deeply admire. The mistake many make is making another person their entire mission. They prioritize them above all else, making them feel like they are the only thing that matters. But ironically, this can dilute attraction. People don't want to be the center of your universe, they want to join you in your orbit. A person with a purpose doesn't wait around for texts, they don't drop all their goals just because someone calls. They are engaged in chasing their own vision, and that makes their time and attention valuable. So ask yourself, what are you building? What are you chasing? If you don't have a sense of purpose, others will sense it, and the connection may lack depth. 6. The paradox of controlled vulnerability. There's a delicate balance when it comes to vulnerability. Too much, too soon, and you can be perceived as overwhelming; too little, and you seem walled off. People are drawn to those who understand this paradox, those who can be open but in a way that maintains their emotional integrity. A common mistake is thinking that others want complete emotional expressiveness all the time. This is not entirely true. While people do want a partner who can connect on a deep level, they are often put off by those who overshare, complain excessively, or seek constant emotional validation from them. The key is to show vulnerability selectively. You acknowledge emotions but don't let them control your actions. You share struggles, but often from a place of having learned from them, not while drowning in them. You reveal personal details gradually, building trust over time. A person who understands this creates a powerful dynamic. They let others feel trusted when they choose to open up, but never from a place of helplessness. A person who overshares too soon, dumps their problems, or constantly seeks reassurance can come across as needy. On the other hand, a person who reveals their inner world on their own terms, with discernment, becomes deeply attractive. Your emotions should be like a deep river, present and powerful, but with stable banks. People are drawn to those who have the strength to be vulnerable but the wisdom to do it in a way that builds connection. 7. People subconsciously test for strength and consistency. Most don't realize that subtle tests occur in many relationships. These aren't usually conscious or malicious, they are often subconscious ways for people to determine if someone is genuinely strong, consistent, and reliable. Someone might challenge your opinions to see if you stand firm with respect, create minor conflicts to see how you handle disagreement, or act momentarily distant to gauge your security. These tests aren't about being difficult, they are instinctive ways to assess character and compatibility. If someone senses that a person is easily rattled, overly reactive, or emotionally volatile, they may lose a degree of trust. The secret? Never react emotionally to these subtle tests. Instead, stay calm, be kind, and remain consistent. If you are challenged, respond with clarity, not defensiveness. If someone pulls away briefly, give them space and focus on your own life. A person who passes these unspoken tests by remaining steady becomes someone others feel they can rely on. Remember, people often only test those they are considering for a deeper connection. If you notice this, see it as part of the dance, not a personal attack, just don't lose your composure. 8. Confidence in the face of rejection is powerful. Most fear rejection, but the few who handle it with grace become incredibly resilient. People are drawn to those who handle rejection without collapsing. When a person shrugs off a no with dignity, smiles, and moves forward, it signals unshakable self-worth. Think about it. Insecure people fear rejection because they tie it to their entire value. Confident people don't take it personally because they know their value is intrinsic. If someone isn't interested, simply say, "No worries, I wish you all the best," smile, and continue with your day. The key is to never let rejection lower your fundamental energy or self-esteem. A person who can accept a no with ease is a person who attracts opportunities effortlessly. Rejection doesn't define you, your attachment to external approval does. When you stop fearing rejection, people sense your confidence and are more likely to engage authentically. 9. Individuals engage with those who maintain healthy mystery. If someone knows exactly how you feel and what you'll do at every moment, they stop being curious. And when curiosity fades, so does active engagement. People are drawn to those who maintain an element of healthy unpredictability and depth. This doesn't mean playing games, it means being a multi-layered person with a rich inner life. Signs of a person who is too easily read: they always respond immediately and predictably, they are overly expressive about their deepest feelings too early, they constantly seek validation or reassurance. On the other hand, a person who is centered creates attraction by being selectively engaged. They keep others interested by being present but not always predictable, responding thoughtfully rather than instantly, and maintaining a life that is full and interesting outside of the relationship. Curiosity fuels desire. If someone always knows what's coming next, the sense of discovery is gone. The person who can engage another's imagination is the person they can't stop wanting to know better. 10. A person who masters self-control holds great influence. The ultimate pattern. People can't help but admire those who are in control of themselves. Most are swayed by their immediate desires, they chase validation, seek shortcuts to pleasure, and let impulses dictate their actions. But the individuals who hold true influence are the ones who control their desires instead of being ruled by them. People are drawn to those who don't chase mindlessly but choose wisely, aren't desperate for intimacy but let it build naturally, have clear standards and self-discipline, and don't let fleeting urges derail their greater purpose. The moment you stop chasing people for validation is the moment you start attracting genuine connections. A person who can walk away from what isn't right, say no to what doesn't align with their values, and put their growth before momentary urges is a person others will deeply respect and desire. Connection isn't about tricks, it's about understanding human psychology and mastering yourself. People are drawn to those who embody strength, purpose, and self-respect. If you cultivate these qualities, others won't just want you in their life, they will value you. If you found value in this reflection, consider seeking more wisdom on mastering life and building genuine connections. Until next time, stay strong, stay grounded, and never chase, instead, build.